Billionaire Spike, the finale, part 1. He did what? Piggy Stick gulped under a stressful situation. Been rather shocking for the rest of the castle's Stinkneck to hear what Spike had done. He had given up his and all other freedoms so Rarity could save her father. While it was the right thing to do, some of Pinky's friends weren't taking so well. One in particular. There is no way in Celestia's sweet sunny skies that I'm staying a teacup forever! Rainbow cut stern, hopping about in a fit of rage. How could Spike do something so big-headed? Next time I see him, he better watch. Oh boy, he better watch out. I'm gonna hurl myself into his eyes and cut him when I share his face. Rainbow Dash! Applejack frowned. Now don't talk like that, little darling. Now, I know this is a bit hard to swallow, and well, I'm never going to see my family again. Still, Randy's father was in nature. And if I was back, I'd do the same thing about 100 times over. Well, I wouldn't, Rainbow barked. This is so stupid. You can't all really be serious about agreeing with Spike. The rest of her friends didn't say anything. They just looked away. Rainbow realized they were on Spike's side in the matter. His heart was made for them to swallow. It was for the best, and at least Rarity would be happy. So, that's it? She asked. You just gotta roll over and take this? I mean, come on! We're so close to being ponies again. You can't give up when we're so close! There's nothing we could do, Rainbow, sighed White Clock. We just have to get used to being like this for the rest of our lives, I guess. Shouldn't be too hard. We did very well for the past year like this. I'm sure the next 60 to 80 years will just fly by and we'll eventually rot or rust or crumble to dust. That doesn't sound very nice, moaned Fluttershy. I don't want to be a bed for the rest of my life, but I'd be okay if it meant no pony had to die. I hope Rarity's father's okay. I'm sure he'll be fine, said Tinkerjack. He's a tough one. A little stupid babe race, he'll be as round as rain. But Rainbow wasn't going to take this lying down. The little teacup started hopping towards the door of the kitchen in a fit. Well, you know what? The heck with all of you! Unlike some ponies, I'm actually going to do something about this. There's still time to convince Rarity to be with Spike. Piggy said it herself. She looked like she was falling in love with him. We just need her to say it to the big lug, and we're all cool again. Easy, right? Now, where do you think you're going with, little lady? Tinkerjack barked at the teacup. Far past your bedtime, and I don't need to give you another bath. Rainbow was shaking. She had put up with all this nonsense for over a year. The curfews, the baths, being treated like a child by her friends. She had no idea why, and she had had it. The little teacup spun around and bounced furiously up to the large small tankard. Rainbow was going to get to the bottom of this now. Okay, you know what? Where's your problem, Applejack? Where's all you guys' problem? All year you've been treating me like I was a newborn foal, and I want to know why. Did whatever cast a crazy spell on you as well, or did you all agree before I'm to torture the teacup? Tinkerjack seemed unfazed by Rainbow's rant, barely even noticing her heavy animal panting. Tinkerglass looked around to the rest of her friends, as they all seemed to have a bit of telepathic conversation with one another, and the focus going back to Tinkercup. On the side, Tinkerjack began to speak for all of them. I guess there's no point having you for me anymore, Rainbow. Truth be told, I wasn't for the plan in the beginning, but Twilight was able to convince me to go along with it. It was the most painful to keep this from you. What do you mean? Keep what from me? I'm confused. What's going on? The baby, Tinkercup, said Tankard. It was all a plan to keep you busy and occupied, so y'all won't go and do something rash. Y'all remember what you tried to do when you first turned into a China Cup? Yeah, I tried to go after Dingling and you tripped and hit your head on the stone floor. We all remember. Tinkerjack motioned to the small chip on the rim of Rainbow's head. You see, you're so fragile, aren't you? You're not made of wood or metal like the rest of us. One bad tumble and you're bit to the dustpan. So Twilight started to come up with a plan to keep you safe. She wanted me to keep you more or less contained so you wouldn't get hurt. So I set up a curfew and a bedtime, give you several baths to eat at the daylight, never let you go outside unless you wore enough sweaters and scarves to stop any stumble or fall. We did this all to protect you, Rainbow. Wow. total whiplash. I just did not see this coming. Ow. That hurt me. Right here in the feels, man. I... Wait, what? Rainbow asked, jumbled and confused by what her friend was saying. Her whole world was now shattered. The reality that she thought she knew was no more than a ruse, a false solution that her friends had set up. She felt betrayed that they would do something like this without telling her. On the other hand, knowing the trouble would cause her to rebel harder. It had been distracted to keep her busy while they waited out their days as teacups and other knickknacks. But it didn't help make feeling less pretty painful. So y'all disliked me? How could you do that to me? We just tried to protect y'all. So what? Not like it'll matter in a few hours. Reno said, hopping to the door. For I risked my life to become a pony again to just roll over a ticket. So you got sulky your pity. I'm going to convince Rarity to stay and break the spell. Friends wanted to stop her, but deep inside they knew there was something they could do. There was a hope that they had. It all resided on that blue teacup's shoulder. So he had to act fast. Although this was a task he was used to being good at. Even the smallest of hallways were like track fields in musical form. With no other means of transportation, they're hoping it took several minutes to get down the first hallway. Something but pure Lexi was able to catch Rarity just as she was heading down the stairs. Oh, thank goodness. Hey, Rarity! Rainbow called out to the unicorn rushing by. We need to talk. You're making a huge mistake! But Rarity continued to rush down the hallways down the stairs, paying no attention to the screaming teacup. Her mind was too focused on gathering her things and getting to her father. Thankfully, it was also too distracted to notice that she left her saddlebag on the floor and out of sight, giving Rainbow Cup the perfect opportunity to slip in and stow away her diamond blue sack. Yeah, I think that's everything. Whoops! Almost forgot my saddlebag, Rarity said, magically strapping her saddlebag on. With everything accounted for, she pushed past the main doors of the castle, galloped valiantly to the snowy forest of the Everfree. Hold on, father! I will save you! Rarity ran, past the thorny bushes, over the dead logs, and under the dormant tree branches. She hopped frozen puddles, plowed through the snowbanks, and even trekked the terribly fresh sleds of slezzy ice and mud, ruining her hose. The angry unicorn set the magical mirror for directions. Silver reflected acting as a map to her father's location and the maze of trees that the forest revealed to be. So not tried to time, but eventually found her father. Their own eyes shivering, a fine sheet of snow concealing him. The old stallion's beady eyes glanced in his daughter's direction, before finally conceding to the elements and collapsing on the white ground. Father! Verity gasped, rushing to her father's side. It's okay now. I got you. You're going to be okay. I'm going to get you back home and better. Really? Whispered Magnum weakly, barely able to stand on his own four hooves. Am I a bad father? What? Of course not. You're the best daddy anybody can hope to have. What makes you think such a thing? 'Cause I didn't say it was 10 minutes, he said. I'm a failure of a father. I'm worse than garbage. I belong in the trash. No, you don't. You're a great dad that just needs to maybe stop blaming the princess and the government for all your problems. Magnum sucked in a little, but was getting drowsier by the second. They did the routines here. I just set my ways with you. Yes, I know, Rarity whimpered, but as her father's weight grew heavier against her. They saved your odyssey. I'll take you back to the boutique. From then on, silence reigned as the two traveled in the snow, eventually back to the gates of Ponyville. It was a little strange being back in town after all this time. Rarity felt a little alienated from her old life, and found the streets of the village a little strange and foreign land. Also, the strange and rather large clump of snow that had built up on her doorstep was new. She thought the neighbors would have at least swept up a little bit. But she had no time for that. She cleaned the snow out later, after her father had recovered. However, when Rarity and Magnum entered their house, the locked clicked. The pile of snow began to shiver. The waste of snow fell off the protective shield that Consort had cast to keep him and Feather Duster from freezing. The two had a lot of snow to surround them, cutting them off from the rest of the world, and making their own little sanctuary in the snow. It had been a rather romantic time, but at last they had a job to do. It was now time to call Fritz Flueblood. Does it really have to end, Consort? Feather asked, still cut up in her lover's hooves. Louise Gonzaga, that tells the dum-dum. You probably believe any story you repeat at him. I mean, you'd probably just go and strut off to the next floozy anyways. You're probably right, but I'm sworn by my nudity when he beckons. Even if it's goofy and ridiculous, sighed the stallion. Personally, I'm looking forward to getting all this over and done with. Feather Duster groaned. I did, but I did not enjoy that time alone. She smiled, even if she was short-lived. We were there for over a week, Feather. Concert chuckled, frozen his eyes. Come on, let's get back to the train car. It is royalty. It's getting cold. That's such an old funny thing to say. Teased Feather Duster, clinging to his side as he watched the snow. So, what's the blue blood's plan for the ready girl anyways? Not very good, mumbled Consort. He has a very dastardly plan in store for them. Even though it means nothing at this point, I'd like to Faust one more time. I do not approve of this idea. I don't like it one bit. Save it for the quiet lullaby, sighed the maid pony. I never understand how or why you stand idly by while these stupid prince does something when stupid. When Blue Blood has his mind set on something, he actually cares enough to remember it. He's going to do it regardless of what any pony thinks. I can't stop him, so I stay by his side to at least do damage control. You know, to make sure he doesn't do too much of a donkey's rear end of himself. Understandable, I guess, said Feather Dusted, reluctantly agreeing with the red stallion. I just know no one gets hurt. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Consort asked, as she slowly head towards the train station. Making steady and cautious steps prolonged the inevitable. While they walked in the snow, Rarity got busy taking care of her father. She helped him out of his snow-soaked cloak and threw blanket after blanket on top of him, doing her best to warm her father up. She rushed to the kitchen and started working on some hot soup and a nice cup of tea before, once again, bolting upstairs to the bathroom to fetch the medical kit and flu medicine. Rarity wanted to make sure her father would get better from his cold as soon as possible, so he was in full nurse mode. Now, I'll need you to drink this, Donnie, she said, lifting a bottle of pink liquid to her father's lips. It'll help with the fever. Thanks. Oh, my no, spring medicine. May, this tastes like your mother's cooking. Father, I'm sure it's not that bad. Bad? No, it's wonderful, chuckled her father. It's almost like your mother's double fudge and male customers. You know, like she makes every year how touring, and how she layers the potatoes and peanut butter cookies on top. It's to die for. Yeah, no kidding, muttered Rarity. I don't know why Mother is just putting on cookies on everything. It's your mother's Friday thing, dear. It's not really in. I'm going to assume you're delirious from your flu, Charlie said. Now, please stop talking for a few minutes and rest. Our super tea will be done in a few minutes. I will. But first I need to know something. How did you manage to escape from the castle, that terrible dragon? Did you use the skills I taught you when you were 5? I bet you did. And your mother thought I was crazy for teaching a filly 18 minutes to kill a stallion. No, droned the White Mare. And I still get nightmares about what you did to that squirrel. But anyways, I didn't have to do anything like that to escape from there. But I didn't have to escape at all. He just let me go free. You know, he's not actually that bad of a trick once you get to know him. Yes, sir. Serious, father, frowned the Mare. At first, I thought he was rather brutish. But he did have enough kindness to let you free. And he even saved me from a pack of timberwolves. He did what? Your father guessed. An actual pack of tightly trained tentacle timberwolves? His daughter nodded. Really? Guess he can't be that bad. Spike's actually quite charming, Daddy, the daughter blessed. He's nice and brave, and I guess you could say. She bit her tongue in the last moment, words tumbling at the tip of her tongue, but they were too scared to look off. I really like him. Magda looked at as a strange daughter. It was the look she had when she was keeping something bottled up and refused to deal with her feelings. However, his past history on this subject proved to be less than fruitful. Just something she would have to talk with her mother about. So, is that soup coming, dear? You may never know how the soup was doing, for there was a loud knocking on the door. I wonder who that could be, Rarity wondered, leaving her father's side to answer it. What she saw on the other side was the last pony she ever wanted to see now. Or ever.
Hello, what's your name? Prince Bluebite grinned devilishly. Did you have a nice little whatever it was that you were keeping me?
Oh, gods, no, growled Rarity. Not, no. I don't know why you're here, but I don't have time to deal with you right now. I have to take care of my sick father.
Oh, well then. That's a wonderful coincidence, chuckled the young prince. That's exactly the same reason why I'm here.
What do you mean? Bluebite took a few steps aside, revealing a large mob of ponies that gathered from her boutique. Well, it's like every pony in Ponyville showed up for this unpleasant occasion. Randy wondered why they were all there, as he saw the large black carriage with barred windows, with double latched locked doors, and a faded golden logo saying Ponyville's Mental Institution for Looney Ponies on it. Oh no.
We're here to take your daughter to the crazy house, greeted Blueblood. He came into town spouting nonsense about dragons and table rules and other modern things. I know it's crazy, right? Personally, I think this is a long overdue precedent, if I do say so myself. Don't you agree, Tingling?
The purple-faced warden in the mental house grinned his toothy yellow grin. You could say something like that, my son. Although it may just be the alcohol talking. Oh, bother, yelled the consort, fleeing fast here. We're dealing with a duckard on top of everything else. Where's your father? Dingling asked. I have a padded cell with his name on it. What are you putties talking about? Rarity demanded. My father's a bit odd, but I admit he's not crazy. My grandmother had him tested.
And I'm sure he's not nerdy, laughed Blueblood. We're all supposed to believe that he's telling the truth about these crazy things he says. The rules work for the crown, that there are dragons in the castles, and my aunts are actually the head of some sort of secret conspiracy. Can you say your father has never assumed anything about that?
Yeah, no, but...
You see here, ponies, the prince announced to the crowd. Even the Barcode's own daughter can't admit her father is sane. The only humane thing to do is to throw him in the pillow room and throw away the key.
Randy tried to say something to oppose the prince, but was overspoken by the loud uproar of the crowd. Somehow they were getting such into delusion that Prince Blueblood's theory were even chanting for her father's imprisonment. She had to do something to save him. Please, my prince! She gagged, trying her best to stifle the bile crawling up her throat as she attempted to lose dying. I'm sure that a noble of your mind that you could clearly see that my father, well, a bit different, isn't deserving of the title of mentally insane. Is there any way I can confuse you to tell them otherwise? Prince Blueblood's highly thought out and educated plan was working. He had what's her name right where he wanted her. Now that she was helpless to his next question.
I'm sure I can convince Diggity differently. I am a prince after all. A rich, handsome, incredibly good-looking prince, as someone said.
Yes, I can see it now, droned Rarity. Now, you can just go and tell that scary-looking stallion.
Of course, you have to do something for me, he chuckled.
Like what? Blueblood pinned her against the wall of the boutique, trapping her in between his forelegs.
You can't say, I do, and be my wife and queen.
What?
I'm sorry, did I stutter? Barked the prince. Those are your options. We can either get married, or your father can eat cereal in a straitjacket for the rest of his life. So what's it going to be, girlie?
I'll never marry you, the mayor scowled, acting more on instinct than anything else. She only realized what she had said the moment she said it. Of course she had no desire to marry such a reclusive stallion, but she usually would be able to flirt a little, ease out of technicality. As he blinded, the ponies were storming to her home to attack her father. Magna was dragged out, squirming and trying to escape the bindings Macintosh had timed her and strapped him in. It was hopeless. There was only one thing left to do. She had no other option. She hoped Spike would be able to forgive her. My father is telling the truth! She cried, and she to her mirror and sobbed back. I can prove it. Look into the mirror and you can see the dragon of the Everfree Force. The mirror flashed and glowed as the image of a sulking dragon, projected on the silver mirror for all to see. Every pony gasped at Spike's frightful appearance. It caused her Vener's eyes widen at this new piece of evidence. You're telling the truth, the advisor gasped. Prince Blueblood was almost speechless.
There's an actual dragon in Everfree.
Yes, but he's friendly, I promise you, Verity said. He wouldn't hurt a fly anything less than you.
There's a dragon in Everfree, shrieked the young prince. There's a dragon in Everfree. He realized something. There's a dragon in the Everfree. A vicious, fire-breathing, pudding dragon.
He began to smile wickedly, turning to Rarity.
What's her name? Your services will no longer be required. I have a much better plan to become king now.
What?
Ponies of Ponyfield, we're in the midst of a crisis. A terrible flesh-eating dragon is in your forest. There's a few steps away from your doorways. Your homes aren't safe. Your families are in danger as long as this beast is allowed to live.
What's this? Why? Consort stepped in. We're going to contact the princesses and deal with this matter civilly and see if we can relocate the dragon in a less populated area.
We don't have time for that, you fool, Blueblood roared. This is the time for action. These ponies don't need politics. They need a leader. They need me. Ponies of Ponyville. If you want to stop living in fear of this dragon, then we need it now. I say we slay this dragon and mount his head from our throne.
The crowd rallied in agreement, getting rallied by the prince's speech. It felt like not even Consort could stop the prince. He was out for blood. A power high to destroy this dragon and become king in the process. But he isn't a bad dragon, Randy played. If you would cooperate, if you just talk to him.
Clearly, this man's under the dragon's spell. Lock her and her father in the cellar. As for the rest of you, I need every strong and stroppy stallion to help me mount an assault on this dragon's lair.
What are we going to do about the space ponies?
Let Space Ace take care of them. Boo! We are going to kill this drake.
He's a terrifying villain. He's a demon born of light. He'll sacrifice our cities to his undying appetite. It'll be happy for our village if we keep this monster free. Then it's time for some action, goats. It's time to follow me. Through the dark, through the grime, through the shadows of the Everfree. It's petrifying, but one exciting ride. Make a trip and a wish, and you're standing at a castle, and there's a terrifying monster in deep inside. It's a dragon as tall as a mountain, fire breath, breathing death, as I was told. They can scream, they can cry, we won't rest until he's died. He's dead, yes he's dead, kill the drake! Grab your sword from a hole. Get ready for the breaking point. We're counting on Blue Blood to lead the way. Say a prayer, but beware. There's something in that forest. There's a monster we'll see every day. He's a dragon, fierce and wild. We will rest. Try our best to prevail. Johnny full of got a hose. We're on it to go. With an order, here we go. When they seize to his castle and chop off his head. Verity and her father were thrown into a boutique cellar as Blue Blood led the mob into the Everfree forest towards Spice Castle. Father and daughter tried to force the door open, but it was locked from the other side. They were trapped. This is all my fault, wailed Verity. I should have revealed his location. Don't feel bad, honey, her father said. You're just trying to protect me. Don't worry, I'll find a way to get us out of here. I can make it explosive with almost any combination of 3 items. What do we have to work with? Some fabrics, a few of liquids, and maybe a tall pair of scissors. Dig it! Fratton rang them. Literally the 3 things. I'm sorry for corpsing. Literally the 3 things I can't make an explosive out of. So, if you were given a banana, a salt shaker, and a bag of marbles, you could make an explosion? Sweetie, I want to blow the hensons out the door, not the house. Randy didn't bother responding to her father's worrying statement, but instead began searching her saddlebag. Maybe something could be useful in there. A spare key or a hammer or a little stowaway. Paper cup! Oh, thank goodness you opened that bag! The little teacup gasped as Verity picked her up. It was hot in there, and I think I got glitter in my nose. What's you doing here? I came to convince you to come back, Rainbow barked. We need you, Verity. And no offense, but I heard what you did, and I think you owe us. No, I'm awful, but I just wanted to save my father. Whatever. How do we get out? Rainbow asked. As she started to think, she noticed there was a little window leading to the outside. The window was too small for even a Philly discreet screw, but a teacup. Open the window. Maple Cup, I don't think we can fit through there, Rarity said. I know, but I can. Maybe find a key or something to open the door with. It's worth a shot. I guess so, Nightmare thought. She hoisted the cup to the window and through it. See what you can do, but hurry! We don't have it all the time. When Rainbow was outside, she started looking for something to work with. Maybe there was a hidden key in the garden, and actually top over the door with. Then it occurred her she won't be able to use any of those things, even if she did manage to find them. So much for that plan and saving Spike and the rest of her friends. They need a miracle now. Just then there was a strange sound of gears turning and whistles tuning as something began approaching from the distance. A strange device, large and red with axes and saw blades, swinging to a negative tune, and going down the road. Two familiar headed salesmen riding it. I really think we got it this time, brother of mine, Cliff said, grinning at his mustache brother. Don't you think? I do, smiled Flam as they continued to drive into town. I am so glad that we got out of the little sardine and got into the wood cutting racket. Mustache pointing to the machine a little. I think the piles lots of timber device was a huge success. Indeed, Flam, this plot device is our greatest idea yet. No longer will police have to suffer through the rigorous chore cutting wood or piling it up. We're going to make millions of this idea, and nothing can stop us. The two laughed. Rainbow was baffled by this golden opportunity and knew she had to capitalize on it. For all of might, she hopped over the wood and jumped into the road ahead of the automatic cart. He didn't see the cup right away, but was he expertly timed to jump, this was had to run over. Listen, losers, I need to borrow this ride! The Flintpan brothers stared blatantly at the talking teacup before screaming in terror. Holy ride crab apples! It's a talking cup! Bail, brother, bail! The two brothers jumped for the plot device and landed safely in the bushes. Leaving Rainbow Cup in control of the strange machine, steering it right to Carousel Boutique, crashing it through the cellar doors and nearly destroying half the building in the process. Luckily, Verity and her father were able to get away in time. Smoke and dust cleared. Rainbow was hanging from a loose string. She was grinning like she hadn't in over a year. Somebody better get him up, because I just awesomed everywhere. And I just realized I really enjoyed that Kill the Beast song. Na 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 na. There's one enjoying right.